I legitimately cannot think of a single time in my adult life that I did not have at least one credit card. So today I thought I would share with you all of the credit cards that I have currently and also how much I owe on all of these credit cards. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be sharing all of my credit cards and all of my credit card balances. If you are not new here, then you know that my husband and I are on a financial freedom journey, and that looks a little different for everyone, of course, because financial freedom is going to mean something different to each person, each couple, each family, or what have you. But for us, we pretty much only use them if there is some monetary gain, which could seem a little interesting, but once I explain this to you, it might make a little bit more sense. So first up, coming in hot, we have our Capital One Venture credit card. This is a travel credit card. I got a Capital One Platinum card way back in college. Probably like 5-6 years ago, I upgraded that to a Capital One Quicksilver because that would allow me to get cashback points. And then I would go on to upgrade it to the Venture card because that is a travel card. And so we kind of use it for travel hacking. We accumulate points for every single purchase, and we can use those points for things like gift cards or redeeming them for cash or some other things. But primarily we use the travel card to book more travel. So as an example, in 2024, just by using our credit card for all purchases, even major purchases, I'm talking if we have to pay something that's $8,000, I'm gonna put it on the credit card, especially if there's no added cost to do so by the biller, because then I'm going to get a whole bunch of points and we're going to use those for traveling. So like I was mentioning, in 2024 we were able to go to a concert or two using credit card points because we can redeem them for entertainment. We were able to stay like 3 or 4 days in Miami. We stayed a few days somewhere else. We still have credit card points as we are moving into 2025. So basically we just use them for travel, which is how we get a bang for our buck because we get like 4 times the points when we use our credit card for traveling. The account is technically 4 years, 10 months. The credit limit is $21,500 and the highest balance to date has been $13,499, which is wild. And this is a credit card that we have to pay by the due date, which is the 19th of every month, to avoid paying interest, of course. And the balance per when I checked this last was $716. Next up, we have a Capital One Quicksilver. This is actually my husband's credit card, but I am an authorized user, so it shows up on my credit report. This started out as a Capital One Platinum card, just like my Venture card did, and then eventually we would upgrade it to a Quicksilver, and it has been a Quicksilver for 1 year and 11 months. The credit limit is $10,000. The balance is currently $0. We literally never use this, but similarly to all of my credit cards, this is my husband's only credit card, technically, though he is an authorized user on my Venture card. And he has technically had this one for a very long time, which I am assuming is why his credit score is so high. This is the only credit card that we have where we have to pay an annual fee, which is $95 a year. It's probably worth canceling this credit card off the strength of the fact that we're paying $95 and we don't ever use the card. So that's a little skeptical, but there have been times where we have really benefited from having a higher credit score, like when we bought our newest car, when we bought our house. We don't really rely heavily on having a credit score. Like, it doesn't really mean a whole lot to us, but that's also easy for us to say because without trying, we have excellent credit scores and they have come in handy when making major purchases. So I don't know about this Quicksilver. We don't know where the cards are. They're probably filed away nicely, but we literally never swipe the card. I don't think I've ever swiped the card. To prevent this account from auto closing, we normally try to make a purchase. Like, I will try to put our groceries on there 1 week and pay it off or something like that. But otherwise, we do have at least one transaction per year when we're paying the annual fee. Next, we have Wayfair, which is my newest credit card. I have a new sofa back there and I put it on a Wayfair credit card. There are a couple of reasons why I might finance furniture. If you have been around here for a while, then you know that I will finance some furniture. because I'm not buying $10,000 furniture. I am buying furniture that's like $100, $200, $500. This sofa was $600 and some, and to sign up for the MasterCard, the Wayfair MasterCard, and use it, I was going to be awarded some perks, one of them being some points. So I actually did get a decent amount of points just from making this purchase, and the points do translate to cash, so kind of like cash back. But I am not opposed to putting anything furniture related on a credit card, just because there is almost always some kind of plan that you can choose for 6 months or 12 months or what have you, where there is no interest. The account was open not long ago. The credit limit is $4,000. It was open literally just this month in January. So the balance is actually zero. But if I go into my account, the actual balance is $683.54. The payment plan terms are 24 months at 0% APR, and my current monthly payment is $28.49. I can go ahead and pay this off right now and get rid of it altogether, but that's currently how it's looking. Basically, I can pay $28.50 for the next 24 months and not have to pay any additional fees. Next up, I actually have an Ashley Furniture credit card, and this is by Broad River. The account is exactly 5 years, 0 months. The credit limit is $8,000, and the highest balance was $2,412. Unfortunately, it's probably on its way out. Credit cards will auto close if you do not use them. And so the next time that we speak, if we ever speak again about credit cards, this one will likely be no more unless I go purchase something from Ashley Furniture. Lots of our furniture pieces in this home are also from Ashley Furniture, but yeah, I can't think of anything that we could possibly need. Next up, last year, I got my first ever Apple Card. I am the biggest pusher for buying electronics in cash. I don't know why, it's just a thing, because I feel like, why not just do it? I know people finance their cell phones and Apple Watches and all of that all the time. And I always think it's kind of interesting. Like, as for me, I buy my phones in cash, and then we use a prepaid cell phone provider. We buy my husband's phones in cash. We both have Apple Watches. Those have been purchased in cash. My husband has an Apple computer. Actually, he won that. We have iPads. Those were purchased in cash. 2 of the 3 were. We're gonna get to this. I have a iMac that was purchased in cash. I just pretty much go with purchasing electronics, especially Apple products, in cash, because Apple will not get me. Nope, I'm not financing a phone and then, like, you know how you can keep going each year and upgrading to the newest one, and then before you know it, you've paid way too much money on a cell phone. They won't get me, but they did make me an offer I could not refuse last year, and so I financed an iPad. The balance is about halfway, more than halfway paid off, so if I keep making the minimum payment, which is a lot, is going to be paid off. This particular iPad is actually expensed through my business, so it's a business expense, but either way, the Apple Card is in my government name, so that's why the Apple Card shows up on my credit report. So if I keep making the monthly payment of $124, it's actually $124.74, I will have this paid off in about 4 months, because the account is 7 months young, which means that, well, I guess about 4 or 5 months. I think in May it'll actually be paid off. The credit limit is $6,500, and the highest balance was $1,624, because I bought a lot of stuff for the new iPad, because you have to upgrade a lot of your pencils and other products to be compatible with the newest iPad. Okay, so my next credit card is an honorable mention. This is my business credit card, and it does not show up on my personal account, because of which. So this is my Amazon American Express credit card. You know how when if you have Prime and you try to make a Prime purchase, they're always advertising this credit card, and they say they'll give you $200 if you sign up and you're approved. Well, I eventually did that, and I got the $200 coupon instantly, and thus it made that purchase that I was making that was over $200 practically free. But I have not really used the card since then. Occasionally I might make a purchase on Amazon and put it on here if it's a business expense, and that really helps me to keep up with my business expenses, but the credit limit is $16,000, which is a lot. So I can use this anywhere, wherever I want, but I don't even know where the card is. It doesn't leave the house. I have no real reason to use this card. I just wanted to have one for my business, but I will say that I do get cash back on purchases. But again, where we really get the bang for our buck in regards to cashback is the venture card. While we're here, I guess I can share some of the cards that I had back in the day that have all closed. In addition to Best Buy, I used to have a Capital One Quicksilver. Like I mentioned, that was an upgrade from my Capital One Platinum. Technically, those accounts did close, even though I upgraded, because I basically upgraded to a new account. So those were no more. The Capital One Platinum is probably was my oldest credit card until it wasn't. I also had a First Premier Bank credit card that I got in college when I was a teenager probably, and that has been gone for a very long time. There was no benefit to having the Capital One Platinum. Really, the Capital One Quicksilver, not a real strong benefit, and not the First Premier Bank credit card either. I also once had a Care credit card through Synchrony Bank. I also had an Ashley Furniture credit card through Synchrony Bank way back in the day, and a Big Sandy Superstore credit card back in the day through Synchrony Bank. They were all through Synchrony Bank, and that's why they all show up kind of, well, you can't see, but they're all under the Synchrony Bank slash Care credit category. That's where all three of those showed up. Ashley Furniture, like I mentioned, and then Big Sandy is actually a furniture store, and I had that one for a good bit too, but those were paid off a long time ago. So as you see, it's nothing for me to finance furniture. I don't really know why, but that's just kind of what it is. Probably because they do give you a decent amount of time to pay off the furniture, and there's no interest. And a lot of times, like when I got the second Ashley credit card, I was able to get a better deal on the furniture, and it also came at the time with like a reduced fee, if not free delivery, and delivery can be like $1.99 or $2.99. So there are always some perks, and I can be enticed with the perks because I know in my head I'm not going to purchase anything that I cannot buy in cash or that I can't immediately pay off. But I just kind of I don't know, I just have no real strong aversion to credit cards, but I will not be sitting around in like tens of thousands of dollars of credit card debt, or even, I don't know, I feel like even anything beyond like a few thousand would actually stress me out, because I'm not in the tax bracket to just be sitting around with like a whole bunch of credit card debt. It's not for me. If that money isn't in my bank account, then that means I ain't got it. I just don't have it. If I cannot go to my bank account right now and pay off the credit cards, that means that I don't have it. But so long as I can, that means that I do have it in my head. That's gonna be it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a like, subscribe if you're new, and if you're liking what you're seeing, and I will catch you guys right back here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye guys.